Good afternoon. Thank you for watching our Westminster Canterbury Weekly for Thursday, September 23rd. Today, I have a number of things to share with you. And then you're going to hear from Leota Parandeh from the Foundation. Then Jessica Corbitt has some information from the Performing Arts team. And then Vanessa has our Pastoral Care update for today. We got some very exciting news for the Parsons Health Center. Yesterday, we learned that Newsweek magazine recently released its list of best nursing homes for 2022. And we're really pleased to share with you that the Parsons Health Center made the list. And I think this is the second or third year in a row we've made the best nursing homes in America list. The list includes the best nursing homes in 25 states that have the highest population size according to the U.S. Census Bureau. The methodology that they use is based on three key indicators. The first is performance data that's collected through the U.S. Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, or CMS. You've heard us talk about CMS a lot. It's also a reputation survey that comes out of 10,000 medical experts, providers, and consultants, and then based on the data coming out of this COVID-19 response. So we're really pleased with that designation. The designation reinforces the reputation of the facility that offers excellent care and very reliable quality of care. I want to congratulate Will Blackwell, Sharon Posnanzik, and the entire Parsons Health Center team. They work really, really hard to make sure that they're up to those standards, and they keep setting the bar higher and higher. And so thank you to everybody on the Parsons team for that. Quick coronavirus update. The positivity rate that we watch for Henrico County is currently 8.95%. It's coming down slightly. We're seeing it drop a little bit every couple days, so it's a decrease from last week, and that's very good news. The rate has lowered enough that we now have to, I think, test once a week, which is an improvement from where we've been. Also, our residents who have tested positive in the past are all doing very well. We only have one resident who remains in quarantine, and that ends tomorrow. So that's really good news. Residents in the Mary Morton Parsons Health Center third floors, west and east, had been in quarantine for a couple of weeks due to an employee who had tested positive. Thankfully, very thankfully, their quarantine ended yesterday. We still have 4 employees that are out of work after testing positive, and they're quarantining at home. And again, they're all doing quite well. We're real happy about that. Now I want to talk about the booster shots. Our teams have been working to provide third doses of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine to those in Parsons Health Center and assisted living who are qualified as immunocompromised. So what's been allowed up until now is a third dose of the vaccine for anybody who's immunosuppressed and qualifies. We've been doing that. I think we've done about 60 residents in Parsons and assisted living. They've received that third dose. You're likely hearing in the news that the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, amended the emergency use authorization for the Pfizer vaccine to allow for a single booster dose to be administered at least 6 months after completing the first 2-part series to individuals 65 years and older, and for individuals 18 to 64 who are at high risk for severe COVID-19 disease, as well as individuals 18 to 64 whose work puts them at risk for exposure to COVID-19. So the FDA has approved booster shots for residents and staff here at Westminster Canterbury. However, the approval must now go through the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. That vote is expected to happen today. It's supposed to be happening right now. In anticipation of this approval, our Parsons Health Center team, assisted living teams have been working to secure a supply of vaccine so that all residents in all areas on campus will hopefully be able to receive their booster shot very soon. And we are hoping to have the details for you next week. We're also working on a plan for independent living residents who received the Pfizer vaccine to receive their boosters here on campus soon, real soon, and we'll have more details. We should have details for that next week, if all goes well. We know some of you received the Moderna vaccine. If you went to VCU early on, you probably got Moderna. If you got it somewhere else other than on campus, it's highly likely you got Moderna. We know you have questions as well about whether you will be eligible to receive the Pfizer vaccine as the booster, seeing that that's what's being considered for approval. What I can tell you today is that earlier this morning I spoke to the head of the VDH, Virginia Department of Health vaccination program, and was told that she didn't know. It's really not up to VDH. It's going to be made, that decision's going to be made as part of the CDC announcement that's coming out later today or early tomorrow. So I know that's confusing and it's not really an answer, but it's the answer that we have right now. Anything we've heard about yes or no is essentially rumor because it hasn't been decided yet as to whether or not the booster can be, if we can interchange the vaccines for the booster. But what I can also tell you is that individuals that are immunocompromised and are eligible for a third dose today, before this booster conversation, they can get the Pfizer in place in the Moderna vaccine. So that's hopeful, right? Because up until now, if you've needed a third dose because you're immunosuppressed, you could get the Pfizer in place of Moderna. What we don't know is if they're going to make the same decision for everybody else, but we're hopeful that they will. I know that's confusing. It was confusing just saying it. So if you have questions, please just reach out to Resident Services. Call your social worker, Jennifer or Emily, and ask them for clarity. They can help you. And we should get a definitive answer, hopefully in the next 24 to 48 hours about the answer for that. So we want to help you understand your personal situation and help you get the booster when it's ready. So now just a couple of quick updates on the projects. Work on the parking deck continues. Sadly, due to the rain this week, the start date for the geostructure drill that's coming on site to build the piers for the foundation, it should arrive, I've heard maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday. It'll show up on campus and then take a couple days to get set up, and then they'll start work. That work's going to take a few weeks while they prepare those for the foundation work for the parking deck. You're certainly welcome to watch that work progress on the construction camera that's available on the Touchtown Community app under the Vibrancy icon. You click on that, and then on the left ribbon you'll see a button for the live camera for construction. Certainly will be interesting once more work starts to happen out there. In the promenade expansion, earlier this week, the construction crews began installing the floors, the walls. So we're starting to see the steel studs go up and laying out the walls within the space. I'm sure residents on the second floor and probably even the third floor and definitely down in the lobby area are hearing some drilling and hammer nailing as we get those wall plates set. And that work, you're going to continue to hear that drilling and nailing for some time to come, probably the next couple of months. Today, they are beginning the work of laying out the concrete footers outside the promenade, out where the patio was removed, which will allow for the expansion of the promenade as it extends out onto the ellipse a little bit. You'll start to see that work taking place over the next couple of weeks. Other update, renovation of the Shops on Main downstairs is still underway, and it's anticipated that we'll be finishing that up at the end of October. The shop volunteers are excited about these renovations and the upgrades. While we don't yet have a date for reopening, we really need to wait and see what happens with the coronavirus. What we do know is that the shops are in need of additional volunteers, especially in the treasure chest. So if you would like to participate and help out, if you're interested in learning more, please reach out to Kathy Morton in the volunteer office. Her number is 261-5201. Again, call Kathy Morton at 261-5201. This is a great opportunity for you to give back to the community and a fun way to spend your time working with residents and staff. All the proceeds of the shops are given to the Westminster Canterbury's Foundation and the annual fellowship fund. So if that's something you're interested in, again, reach out to Kathy Morton in the volunteer office. That's it for me today. Next up is Leota. I'll see you next week.
Warm greetings, everyone. My name is Leota Parandeh, and I'm Stewardship and Impact Specialist for Westminster Canterbury Foundation. Today is the second day of our Ramp Blitz 3, so excitement around campus has been really high. Yesterday morning started early with setup complete and the Mrs. Yoder's donut food truck on campus. Here you see our pastry chef, Miles Young, who gives Mrs. Yoder's his strong endorsement. Halima likes them too. Staff and residents also enjoyed the Alchemy coffee truck. Our construction partner, Gil Bain, sponsored our food trucks for the full event. 4 shifts of 12 people have been volunteering throughout the day. The shifts have included staff, residents, and trustees. Enthusiasm and camaraderie surround us. Our theme this year has been having fun while helping to change lives. When this year's Blitz wraps up Friday afternoon, we will have built the components for at least 20 wheelchair ramps. These will be installed, some by teams from Westminster Canterbury, on the homes of seniors in need in the Richmond area. These seniors have serious mobility problems that are making it impossible for them to get in and out of their homes. The ramps, free of charge to qualifying seniors, are truly life-changing. Project Homes is our organizing partner for our work with ramps, and they've become really terrific friends. This effort is a big part of the Foundation's fellowship outreach efforts, which started as part of our 2016 strategic plan. The need for access for mobility-impaired seniors emerged as a true need in our region from the data of our community needs assessment. The event has a cost of $20,000, which covers the large amount of lumber and other supplies needed for the Blitz. This comes to no more than $1,000 for each ramp, a very cost-effective way to make a really high impact for those who are in need. The funds come from our WEAVE efforts because the V in WEAVE stands for workforce volunteerism. With more than 120 staff volunteering and contributing to this effort, it is clearly a wonderful way for our employees to share their gifts, and they truly love this project. If you've never witnessed a Westminster Canterbury Ramp Blitz, please feel free to stop by between 9 and 3 tomorrow. The Blitz is taking place in the parking lot next to the Spiritual Center. We hope to see you there. Thanks so much. Next up, Jessica Corbitt.
Good afternoon. My name is Jessica Corbitt. I'm the manager of Cultural Arts. I'm pleased to be with you this afternoon to give a few cultural arts updates. I wanted to give a big thank you to all residents as we've moved through our recent ticketing upgrade. The main impetus for this change was to give residents earlier access to tickets as well as more control in obtaining tickets. As mentioned in the tales, residents have many options to request tickets. First, you can call the box office at extension 1133 anytime you'd like, 24/7. You would just leave a voicemail with your ticket order, and we would process it the following day. You're welcome to visit the box office. The box office has posted hours, and you can come by during those hours and request and pick up your tickets. We also, the new addition, is an electronic option. You can visit the website that was publicized in the Tales, or you can use the Touchtown app to request tickets. You can choose to print at home or will call pickup for these tickets. You're also welcome to bring your mobile device with you to the performance, in which your tickets will be pulled up and we would scan the QR code on that device. The box office is also open 45 minutes prior to each performance for any last-minute ticket requests. Tickets are now available 2 weeks in advance, and you receive your tickets at the time you order them, so you can make plans to attend with friends and family. And if you ever need to return a ticket, simply call the box office and leave us a voicemail. So a good number to remember is extension 1133 for the box office, and we will handle all of your ticketing needs. We have an exciting performance this evening with a band called Hanali, and then we also have a big one on Monday with Catapult at 4 p.m. But Dining has a fun event following that 4 p.m. performance. The Dining team is inviting everyone to join them for an evening brunch happy hour from 5 to 6 in the Cochrane Commons following the show. Enjoy mimosas and light bites. All are welcome. $5 will be charged to your house account for all you can eat and drink. Registration is appreciated, so please call Marie Basil at extension 6042. It sounds like a great fun event where we can all talk about and reflect on the amazing performance we just saw while having wonderful drinks and snacks. One additional hot off the press item is that we have reached an agreement with the Richmond Symphony to be able to show their Masterworks performances right here in the Sarah Bell November Theater. These pre-recorded performances will show the week after the live concert downtown. So our first virtual symphony concert will be this coming Wednesday at 2 p.m. in the theater. The Tales has a misprint and lists it on Tuesday, but the program will be on Wednesday in the theater. Tickets will not be required for this free event, and you'll see it listed correctly in the weekly calendar. So we hope to see you at the pre-recorded symphony concert this Wednesday at 2 p.m. in the theater. If you ever have any questions, feel free to give me a call at extension 6695. Please join me in welcoming Vanessa Perry.
Good afternoon, everyone. Pastoral Care invites you to pray with us on Wednesdays at 12 noon and to attend worship on Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. in the sanctuary. This Sunday, resident Arthur Thomas will be leading our 4 p.m. service with resident Barton Campbell as soloist. Jane Sneed will be the musician. Please check the Tales newsletter for a complete list of scheduled services, including our next David F. Peters lecture and our next Sanctuary Music Series performer. A prayer by Helen Weaver. Almighty God, who are mother and father to us all, look upon your planet Earth divided. Help us to know that we are all your children, that all nations belong to one great family, and that all our religions lead to you. Multiply our prayers in every land until the whole earth becomes your congregation, united in your love. Sustain our vision of a peaceful future and give us strength to work unceasingly to make that vision real. Amen. Please join us next week, 3 p.m., for our next Westminster Canterbury Weekly.